lads, I've had a very frustrating 10-15 minute poodle around the vine behind me, and the reason it's frustrating is because the vine is featured in Queer Georgians. It's one of the main domestic spaces that we talk about, because it was inherited by John Shute in the middle of the 18th century, and he turned this house into a home. He was so proud of this place. He designed different features to reflect his family. He designed certain features to reflect the intimacies he had with his male companions. Foremost among them was Francis Whitehead, of course. And so I came here today after the PhD, after writing Queer Georgians, now that we're kind of recording some content for promotion on social media and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm going to show you the house. But you would be hard pressed to find John Shute inside, and that is why it's so frustrating. If you go in there now, you'll find the story of hetero-regulated life. There's nothing unusual about it. If you go in there at the moment, you'll actually find a shitload of stuff about Jane Austen. Jane Austen lived nearby. She visited here from time to time, and this is her 250-year anniversary, so I get it. At the same time, if you were in charge of a property that had such a queer historic legacy, why on earth wouldn't you be platforming that? You can go into any National Trust property and find the history of a rich family. They're everywhere. This is one of them too. But you cannot go into every historical property and find a queer history so blatantly etched on the walls, and I mean that literally. But it's been totally erased in there. You, as I say, you really have to look to find his name, and it's just really, really frustrating. And it's why so many queer people don't feel comfortable when they come to these types of spaces, because they don't see themselves reflected in them. Look at Shipton Hall, for instance. That has totally reflected the queer community, and therefore they flock to it. It's so successful. I'm not saying the Vine's not successful. It is. It's National Trust, whatever. But we've seen it all before. There was an opportunity here. There still is an opportunity here to highlight an important queer domestic history. I just don't know why you wouldn't take it. So look, if you come here, you're not going to find out about John Shute, and you're not going to find out about Francis Whitehead, and together they were known as the Shuteheads, by the way, which is so cute. You're not going to necessarily find out very easily that those eagles behind me were gifted by Horace Walpole. You're not going to really find out that there was an awful lot of collaborative interior design that was going on in there amongst these men who were committed bachelors. So where are you going to go and find this history? Well, Queer Georgians, a hidden history of lovers, lawbreakers and homemakers, which details the very, very queer history of the Vine, the important queer history of the Vine. You're not going to find it in there, so you might as well read about it in the book.